Oh, you know, I probably didn't need to do 60 FPS. That'd probably save you some bandwidth. Let's see. Are we back? So YouTube ended the other one after an hour and a half. I don't know when that actually happened. How frustrating. Let's go check. Let's just go check. Let's click this. Let's go to the end. I can't even like trick it. Can I just do my line? Oh. Okay. So okay. So we didn't lose too much time. And that quality's not too bad. Create a new sketch. All right, sweet. All right, and we're back. All right, so we're live streaming. Let me share a part 2. We're still in my Iron's diecast. Okay. Well, we'll do this part 2. Alright, we're still streaming. Broke again. Let's go here. X that out. Is anybody there? Okay. Well, we're just going to keep going. Hopefully the stream stays up. All right, so we were able, before that other video cut off, we were able to finally draw our slim connectors. So we're going to bring both bodies back up. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut into both bodies at the same time. So we are going to extrude. We're going to pick our 2 profiles. And we are going to do symmetric. And I believe we want 21 millimeters. And we're going to do that. We're going to cut into both of them. Okay, so now you can see that we have spots for our slim connectors. We're going to look on the back side to see if we're have any thin spots. It looks like we're okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be good. All right, so slim connector set 1 is done. I am going to double check on this guy just to see. Yeah, 2, 21, 26. Sweet. Okay, so we're doing it good. Doing a good job. Doing a good job. I'm just double checking if anybody decided to come back, because that's awful frustrating. So far so good. Start clicking around. Stream starts getting choppy. Alright. Alright, so now we got 2 slim connectors in. We're going to go ahead and draw one on this guy. Create a sketch. We're just going to skip the midpoint part. We're going to do some construction between this point, and between this point and this point. And we know our midpoint here. We're going to do 2.25. 2.25? I think it is. And up here, we're going to go 2.25. Get over construction. We know this is 13, so half of 26. And we know it's 2. Another L. 13. 2. Do another one over here. 13. 2. Okay. Finish those sketches. Okay, so entries out. We got left mid. We got left back. We have extrusion. And we're going to be cutting both of those guys. Let's do our 21 first. We're doing it both ways. We're cutting. Sounds good. Let's look on the back side. And we have a thin spot on the top. Alright, so, and that's not even really a thin spot, that's just a straight up, we're puncturing through. Alright, so we're going to go back into that sketch. We're going to get the mid out of the way. And we're going to draw. Let's see here, we're going to go 1.4. We're just going to go down. You know it's 2, so let's just go down 3. Let's do 1.4. That guy. Okay, finish that sketch. Before we did that extrusion, we're going to go back in time. And we're going to get our sketch. And we are going to extrude both of these guys just that one way because the other way wasn't thin. So we're going to go that way. And we know it's 21. So we're going to go 20. Let's go 23. And we're going to join. Okay, so we're going to join that. Then we can go and go forward. Now we have our cuts. Hide our sketch. Get our left mid back. Alright. Hide the left back. We still have our things there. Cool. So left back, left entry, so we got all that stuff. It's very nice, very nice. Alright, so we're going to sketch on this guy. We're going to go here and here. And then we're going to find our midpoint. We're going to come down 2.25. Do it again. Get to our construction. Gonna go 13. Down 2. Down 2. Connect those two. Out this way. Down 2. Down 2. Connect those guys. Finish our sketch. So let's get rid of our entry and mid. We got our two back pieces. We're going to extrude both sides. We're going to pick that guy and that guy. It is symmetric. We need a distance. 21. It's cutting through. We say okay. Do we have slim spots in the back? Not up close. And not far away. Good. So we don't have to add any extra stuff there. And let's double check that it actually put them in, because that's sometimes that can happen. That looks good. Left back. That looks good. Alright, so we got the whole left side and the first part of the right back. Alright, so we're going to sketch on this guy. We are going to add some construction lines. We are going to add some more construction lines. 2.25. Another one. 2.25. Get rid of the construction. 13. Do it again. 13. Come down just 2. I like it to be a 90. Come down just 2. Connect those two. Go over here, 13. Go over here, 13. Down 2. Come on, keep up, computer. Down 2. Connect these two. We know the outside is going to clip through because this is a symmetric curve, so we're going to go ahead and put our safety stuff on here. So 1.4. Down 3. Make this the same. Down 3. Okay, connect that, finish that sketch. So first we're going to push some material out this backside here. So it's going to go -23. And we're going to be joining. We are going to be hiding these other guys. We're working on the right back right now, I think. So let's get rid of all the left guys. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so we're going to be pushing material and joining. And I kind of do that out of safety because sometimes when you do a join activity on a thing that's next to another thing, Fusion will sometimes join the things together, and then your timeline gets all goofed up and it's a big pain to fix. Okay, so now we're there. Now I'm going to bring the right back and the right mid. I am going to extrude these two guys. Oh, it's not showing up. So I'm going to hit Control. That's a way to sort of select stuff that's behind stuff. I'm going to do symmetric. We're going to do 21. We're cutting through both of them. Okay. Hide our sketch. Hide mid. We got it there. Hide right back. We got it there. Looks good. Right mid, right back. Alright, so we got one left. So we're going to go here. Let me check questions, see if anybody's asked questions. Nope, just Eric. Alright. So we got that there. I didn't realize YouTube had an 1.5 hour limit, or I would have planned a little better. I would have actually had a stopping point instead of just getting cut off. It's good to know. Alright, so we're sketching. That guy there. We got that guy there. We got a midpoint. 2.25 is a nice number. Do another one. 2.25. Get this. We're going to go 13. 13. 2. 2. Connect them. 13. And I probably could just do copy and paste actually, but get in this mode, you just kind of just keep going. Alright, so I don't think we were poking through on this one with both of them, so we can finish this sketch. Right mid, we can get our right entry. You know, I didn't do the circles for the connector, so we'll do that too. And then we will extrude these two guys, hold Control to figure that guy out. Symmetric. 21. It's cutting there. Both of those, say okay. Any funny business? No, no funny business. That looks good. Get rid of the entry, that's there. Get rid of the mid. That's there. Okay. Alright, so we're almost done. So when we're printing these, they need to stick to the build plate. We like to print them in the standing orientation. It's much better than trying to print them like this. Even though it feels, oh, look at that. There's a thin spot right there. That's frustrating. Is it on both sides? It is. So we need to push that slim connector farther down so that it's not making a slim piece right there. See that? If I zoom way out, Fusion's like, what are you doing? These are actually pretty close as well. And I'm not sharing Cura, but I can demonstrate what's going on here. This was the most obvious, so we're going to do this one for sure. We're going to move these down a little bit. That's likely not a big deal, but we'll test it in Cura just to see. That's frustrating that showed up. Okay, so that's there. So where is that between? That was, so we can actually highlight the different sketches that we've done down here. So we're going to do this one. We're going to edit that sketch. And I'm going to, I wonder if I can just push that down. Let's hide our right entry and right mid. And I'm going to double click this. See, because it wasn't all the way constrained, it didn't give me the whole thing. I'm going to literally, can I just change that? I would love to just change that. Let's change this to 2.5. Okay. Let's finish sketch. Let's add our parts back. It is still there. It's not as pronounced as that other one, though. We already did that back side, so that's okay. That's good, that's good. Okay, so let's move it down just a little more. We don't want that to show up at all at this distance when we're looking at it in Fusion. Alright, so we're going to edit that again. Mid entry, get out of here. You're going to go to 2.75. And see how it just kind of shifted that whole thing down. Finish that sketch. Bring this back. Give me a nice distance here. Okay, so I can see it on this side. I don't see it over here. If I zoom out farther, if I zoom out really far, it does, but that just might be a rendering error with how Fusion's rendering this. Because they are close together, I mean, we give it that. But this whole thing, we're kind of like on these boundaries of like stuff puncturing other stuff. Alright, so we're going to go back and change this one to be the same. I think it's this guy. And it's this outside, so we're going to get rid of the left entry, and get rid of the left mid. We're going to come in here, we're going to make this 2.75. Shifted that whole thing down, finish that sketch. Give our pieces back. Go back to here. And we don't have any of those little artifacts until we get way away, and then we kind of expect it because we, like we said, we know we're dealing with stuff that's like fractions of a millimeter apart from each other. So that should be acceptable. Usually what happens is you get to this distance and you scroll around the whole thing, and if you see any of those little flickering parts, that means the print's gonna have a bad time. Okay, so we have all that stuff. So now we need to go ahead and add sort of a riser to print from. So that's sort of what these things function as you get these this is like adhering us to the build plate so that we can print up, so it makes it easier to print. So we're going to add those now. Okay, so let's add them first to, let's add right in here. So let's get rid of our left entry. We're going to go back to here. We're just going to create a new sketch. And we're going to get a box. We're going to come down. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go over and go here. Okay. Now, when we go to do this, we're going to tell it to join. Sometimes Fusion 360 loses its mind. And I don't know if it's just because the bodies are right next to each other, like very close to each other, but not overlapping. But what we're going to do is do a safety thing. and we're going to go ahead and add some extra like drawing in here, just so that when we extrude this, it's 100% like in this part of the curve. Okay, so we have our drawing here now. Otherwise, we have to start playing with other tools, trying to get Fusion to join it, and it just becomes a big mess. And it's one of the things I haven't quite figured out a nice way to do yet that I like to do it. But here we're going to extrude this guy. He's going to go -2. He's going to join. We are going to hide the other guys because I'm superstitious. Okay, so we're going to join that there. When we do that, this line should go away to show that it's nice and flush. Okay, so now it's a nice face. So we can bring that sketch back. We can switch to our entry piece. We can get rid of our mid piece. It's the exact same profile, so it's gonna look nice when we go to use it. So we're gonna pick that guy. We're gonna push it 2 millimeters that way, and we're gonna tell it to join. We're gonna say okay, and then that's gonna go away, and our sketch goes away, and we have this nice flush facing that we can print from, and the pieces shouldn't look too bad. Left entry, left mid. So those two now are good. So the next two pieces are going to be left back and right back. So we're going to get the left back out of the way. Go here. We're going to create a sketch. We are going to draw a line straight down and over. And we are going to do the same thing where we have these funky little indents here, just to make sure we don't, have to deal with annoyingness. Get it on a line. There we go. Okay. We're going to finish that sketch. Right now this is the only one visible. We're going to push that -2, and we want to join. Say okay. So glad this is working. So on that other curve, the bigger oval, this step was giving me huge problems, and it's like, oh, you just do this, but it was giving me errors I had never even seen before, and that's sadly kind of typical with some of the stuff you try to do in Fusion. We don't need to draw it again. Get my sketch back. I'm going to extrude this, and we're going to extrude it 2. And we're going to join. I'm going to say okay. Alright. Looking good. So now we got left entry, left mid, left back, right back. Cool. Oops. So now we're going to do these last two. And get the sketch out of there. Get our entry out of there. Alright, so we're going to sketch this guy. Get our line. We're going to come straight down. It kind of worries me too. Like, that doesn't seem to be directly on the thing. I think it's fine because of the way we did it, but it's kind of funky. Finish the sketch. Okay, we finished that sketch. Let's extrude it. Going -2 direction, and we're joining. Okay. And then the right entry. Get our sketch back. Going to extrude it. Gonna go 2. Just gonna join. Okay. Get rid of the sketch. Alright, get all our pieces back. Now every one of these can adhere to the build plate nicely. The only thing we're missing is the little tab parts for the Hot Wheels track. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So one thing that's kind of odd is you can only sketch on a plane. Well, these are curved, right? So you got to figure out a way. How are you gonna? You need a plane that's parallel to this. Well, luckily, we went ahead and cut these, and these are pushed straight back into the model. So this is actually a flat surface right here. So we're allowed to sketch on it. Otherwise, we would have to basically put some points and try to construct a plane somewhere on here and then draw on the plane, projecting our points. But a little trick is this guy is actually flat, so we're going to sketch there. The whole model will literally be in the way, which is kind of frustrating. But we're going to, yeah, and hopefully the projection works. Kind of weary of it after that last one. So we're going to go project there. Say okay. I would like to draw a circle. There's our midpoint. And we're going to draw this circle, and I believe it's 13.1. It's not construction, so that's 13.1. Oh, I got the cheat sheet. I don't even have to look at that other one. I got this cheat sheet. Connector, big circle, 13.1. Connector, mount depth, no, not that. Connector circle distance. Okay, so connector circle distance is going to be the distance between the big circle that's on the Hot Wheels connector track and the little circle where the tab kind of goes in. And so that distance is 15 millimeters. So this is going to be our center. Now you can see we have our 90-degree guy up there. And this is 15 millimeters. This one should be, this one should be a construction. Okay, so that's 15 millimeters. Get the construction out of there. We're going to switch over to a circle again. And now we're going to do our little circle. And that is going to be 4.5 millimeters. So these are basically the two holes that go where the Hot Wheels track would go. Now I think we can, so this plane will be like these two planes will be, parallel right here. So we should be able to do the same thing down here. So we're going to project this guy. Okay. We're going to draw a big circle. 13.1. We're going to move inside the connector 15 millimeters. And we have our 90-degree angle, so that's good. We're going to do our little circle. It's not construction. It is 4.5. Let me say okay. So we're going to finish the sketch, and then we are going to extrude these guys, and they're going to go straight up. So that one's not being selected. So it'll be like that, like that, like that, and that. And we can just pull this one up because it's not really a big deal. Let's pull it straight up. And it's going to cut. Okay, so that's that side. It's looking good. I think it looks good. Okay, go to this other side. And I'm sure there's a way that we can like mirror and switch it around, but I'm just going to sketch it because I don't feel like taking the time to go look that up. So we're going to project here and here. Okay. We're going to draw our big circle at the midpoint. It'll be 13.1. We can draw another big circle over here at the midpoint. 13.1. We're going to do construction. We're going to go 90 degrees, and it's going to be 15 millimeters. Still, right? 15? Yeah, 15. 90 degrees, 15. Do that again. And then we draw our little circles. 4.5 and 4.5. Okay, so finish that sketch. Come back up here. We're going to extrude. Make the control. Pull it up 10 or so, it's fine. Okay. All right. I think we're about done there. Slamman customs, we got track connectors, slim connectors, we can print the thing. Slamman customs, track connectors, slim connectors. It's looking pretty good. Let's see what it looks like sliced, just to see it. So with Fusion, you can right click any of these and you can export the mesh. I don't know if they have that behind the paywall. Fusion used to be totally free and you could work on projects, but they've recently made things more complicated if you're free. I actually pay for it because I'm kind of selling these things. So I actually have the actual license, so I don't have any of the limitations. But what you typically would do is you would right click a piece that you want to do. So we'll do left entry, and I'm going to save it as a mesh. You would pick how you want to export it. It used to actually not have all these choices that I recall, but we're doing binary, and refinement is high. And I'm just going to save it. I don't know what this is going to show, but let's do 400 millimeter. What would be the name of the other one? I don't know. 400 millimeter. What is this thing? 400 millimeter oval. Okay, so we're going here, left entry. And let me, I don't think I'm sharing Cura. So if I bring Cura up, it's not going to show on this. No. So I'm going to, let's do surgery on the stream real quick. We're going to add a window capture. And I'm going to call this Cura. Okay. And it did find it right away. Okay. All right, so now we're sharing Cura. Okay, so Cura is a slicing software. I'm going to go ahead and load. We were printing some 40K stuff. I'm going to load this left entry that we just did out. So you can see it here. And we're going to drop it to this face over here. And then we're just going to move it here in the center. And I don't know what slicing profile, 0.2. Let's bump this up to 0.28. Let's do 1.2. You know, actually, 2 walls. Were we doing 2 walls? I don't recall. Let's just do 2 walls. Let's do it there. And then 15, sure. Temps, speed, infill was 15. Alright, let's just slice this. Go to preview. Alright, and then basically we would print this guy. That'd be a fun stream. Just watch the printer. But you can see like the tolerances that we're dealing with here. Like everything is like almost trying to puncture through. And so trying to fit these curves with these connectors, you're just right on the line the whole time. And so when we zoom way out, that's where you would see that you're not getting your full walls and coverage there when you go to print this thing. But yeah, that's basically it. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Let's go back to Fusion. I think I have to switch that up in OBS. Let's hide Cura. Okay, so we're back in Fusion. Let's see. We got that. We got that. Still live. 1 viewer. What do you... I don't think I got anything else. I think we're looking good. I think the stream is way behind. There we go. trying to think here. Is there anything I forgot? So now we have this nice curve. Let's go and save it. 400 milliliter, 180 oval. Save that. Save it. And then I think we'll let Mr. Slandman Customs print one of these off and hopefully sell it to all you guys. Alright. Well, I don't think I got anything else. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go back and cut the... I'm going to go look at the first video that was basically having all kinds of upload problems. And we'll see if anything's salvageable there. If not, we may redo something similar, or if you like these tutorials, suggest things that you think would be fun to make in the comments. I'm always up for making Hot Wheels stuff. I have lots of items that I've made. Some of the designs include, let's see, not design. Let's go to open. We have lots of things. Where's the last updated? Yeah, so we made a loop, which is kind of fun. This was a fun learning experience. This thing's huge. We have a video with it. You should watch the video. You should like and subscribe to the video. We have, I think I made it jump as well. Did I put it in here? Triple loop. Let's see, what else do we got? On the old design, which was just a half circle, we do have some variations of that, which are kind of fun. I don't think Slandman Customs wants to print them because they're kind of large, but I have actually printed a couple, and I will be making them for free, available after I actually get the, why can't I find it? 10/32, 45, 2mm. It's the openness. So this is sort of experiment. This is the old Slandman curve, and the oval one will be the new. But we actually have a big version of this, and it's kind of fun. I have printed 2 of these off. One of them has all the connectors because I was having some bed adhesion. And then I have another one that's just the big 6 pieces, and those actually do. I was able to get those to print, so this is fun. If you have a 6-lane start gate and you want the cars to come back to you after you send them down the track, you could print one of these. But it's not a. I haven't released it yet. You can see it here. It's really big, kind of goofy, a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to shut this thing down.